What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. Listen, I'm bringing in another knife review. It's starting to sprinkle, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. I know I'm wearing a Stormtrooper Christmas sweater, and it's right now like April, but I'm an idiot, so I don't care. It's cold out here, and I need it to be warm. This is what I picked up. I am bringing you the Buck Knife 124. Great sheath, that's not a question. This, however, is what we're going to question. I mean, we're talking Buck Knife, 6 1/4 inches of sharpened amazingness. There are only a few knife brands that I'll test without first carrying and seeing how I'm going to like it. Between Case, Buck, and Hen and Rooster, I know what to expect every single time out of every one of their knives. So this is straight out of the box. It's brand spanking new. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. I could swear I just saw a snowflake. Makes me want to vomit. But this knife right here is gorgeous. I can put it up next to the Hen and Rooster Amos Gomez design, and you can see the thickness in the handles and what they look like. They are both very, very easy to hold on to because of the thickness of the grip. This one is slightly squared off a little bit, but these finger grooves, even though they're really shallow, actually do help out a little bit, even though it's squared on this part. This part, it's weird, because usually when a knife is squared and uncomfortable, it's uncomfortable up above the spine and the top area, but this is not. I'm a big Harley guy, and I'm anti-chrome. However, on my knife, I actually like the chrome. I think it's standout beautiful, and it's just really classy looking. I don't know if you can see the texture inside the grip from a distance. Looks like a plain black grip. And then you get up close, and it's like a black Coca-Cola or something, but it almost looks like carbon fiber. It's really, really cool looking. Let's test the sharpness together, because I haven't done this yet. And wow, that is amazing out of the box sharpness. I mean, that's a bald spot. So there's hair all over the blade. I don't know if you could catch that. This steel is just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. There's a few tests we're going to do with it before the weather turns on me. So let's just get right into it. All right, I know I don't do this a lot. You guys haven't really seen me, but I figure, what the hell, why not? Let's do a water bottle slice test. And oh, you thirsty? It's so sharp. I mean, just sharp. The only reason it didn't cut all the way through is because I didn't send the blade all the way through. I literally clipped it before the end. That's just awesome, awesome sharpness. If you missed it, haha, I have two. So let's knock off the top. I lost a lot of the water, so let's see if we can get it at the bottom here. It flew way over there, but it was in two separate pieces. So I'd say test complete. All right, welcome to the pallet. So I was wrong. It wasn't sprinkling, and it definitely is snow. It's April 4th, and we're getting a flurry. Welcome to Massachusetts. I swear we lost a bet with God, because this is awful. I'm telling you, I must be enemy number one to Mother Nature. She hates me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this really pretty brand new buck, and we're going to bang it into some wood, see what we get out of this. All right, and what we get, whoa, man, is a really, really good chopper. The problem I'm having is I'm chopping, and this blade has so much bite that I can't get it out of the wood fast enough. So let's take a look at this thing. You know what? I'm going to voice a little disappointment here. I generally think about buck and I think that the edges are undamageable, but just by doing this little bit of chopping, even though it's going through with ease, I'll have to show you. This is surprising. I mean, this is something that's going to come out really easy, but I don't know if you can see the edge has some little rolls on it. They're little, they're light, it's right here, it's kind of choppy looking, but definitely I have edge damage. It's right at the end of the edge. This I'll be able to use a whetstone to get out, but the Buck 124 has shown me an issue, and that's not good, Buck. I don't know if I got a lemon. No, it's not a lemon. It's just a fucked up edge. So we're going to continue anyway, because now I'm really eager to see if anything else is going to go wrong, even though it's very, very correctable. Excuse me, I'm adjusting myself. It's very, very adjustable. All right, let's get it. All right, welcome to the stump. So what we're going to do, clear some of this off here. My typical drop test, balance test, and that's not a problem. I'm going to pry with it a little bit, and because the meat of the blade is pretty well, even though it's got a false edge, the tip is still pretty thick, so I'm not too afraid to really move it over. You know, let's see if we can get any flex in the blade there. The blade's pretty stiff. You know, I don't know what the Rockwell hardness is, but it's something I want to check, because for the edge, I mean, look at the bite on that thing. I'm gonna have you check this out. As disappointed I am with the edge, I'm still baffled on how really great it is. It's still digging in, even though it's got some caca marks on it. I don't know if you could even see that, but you know, that part doesn't make me happy. So far, everything else about it really does. So we'll carve some crap up and maybe go. Let's go to the 1-inch forest. All right, 1-inch forest test time. And what I want to do is just go through with the edge being as chopped up as it is. I mean, it's minor, but for me, I'm used to perfection, and I have imperfections. So I want to see how sharp this blade is, and I can tell you right away that for an edge with some caca spots, that's pretty freaking clean. From any angle, I'm just gonna go through these with I missed with ease. So what do I say, man? I'm torn. The edge of the edge didn't hold up, but it didn't ill perform. And I mean, I'm just tapping this thing into these little things, and the blade is sinking in. So I'm confused on this, man. I mean, I'm gonna sharpen it up and see if it holds up better after I sharpen it, which sometimes is the case. It does happen that way, but you know, there's only one way to tell, and that's to actually sharpen it. So let's get out of the giant forest here. All right, so back in my library here for the final what about it. As predicted, I took this thing to a stone, and within seconds, literally seconds, I was able to get that edge back to razor sharpness. My issue is that I shouldn't have had to, not from doing just that. That being said, however, this is not a survival knife. This is a hunting knife. It's not made to be pounding, it's not made to be pounding wood. So, you know, I used it out of the box, so to say, you know, not for what it's made for, not its intentions. It's not made for banging against a stiff pallet. Even though it's not made for it, and it took some edge damage, it still performed very well. Everything I needed it to do, even post damage, it did. It proved to be out of the box razor sharp. It had no problem killing those nasty, nasty enemy plastic bottles, which, you know, in the Army, it's what we train for. We veterans, we train for plastic bottle attacks. And I know that if I ever get sent back overseas for a plastic invasion, that this will do the trick, as long as they don't bring pallets, you know, as long as it's not the plastic pallet invasion. But all in all, it's big, it's buck, it's comfortable, it's pretty, but it's not a survival knife. So if your intentions are to have something to use as such, then stick with the Steel Will and the Essie and all the other guys that are made for that. I should be doing a Case Skinner pretty soon, and don't let the name fool you. That is a pretty rugged knife, and I'll be very excited to put it to the palette, because I think it'll outperform this one by far, even though this one performed very, very well. So, you know, I mean, there's a couple things I'll say about this before I press stop on you guys. The handguard, the big, thick chrome handguard, is really nice. There's, you know, a little lip right here, which generally I don't like, because I like to use my thumb on the spine where there's no jimping, but it's okay. It is 90 degrees. It will take spark. But what else? Oh, I don't know what that little round area where there's a choil is supposed to be is. It's either put a choil or don't. I mean, I don't plan on using my knife like this. I really don't understand what that little carve out's for. I don't know if it's to take away weight, but just that little piece right there is a little asinine to me. Outside of that, no matter what, I love this knife. It is a great knife. I'm not getting rid of it because I was able to bang up the edge. Now that I put my edge on it, I can guarantee I can go out there and hit that pallet, and I won't be facing the same issues. The issues I did face were on the very, very lip of the edge. I mean, so maybe it needed to come down a little bit. Maybe it was too fine coming out of the box. But either way, this is the Buck 124. It's the big brother to the 119, the most famous buck knife shape ever. And all in all, through the good and the bad, this is still a pretty badass knife. So I'm going to end it there. And I'm going to say this is still worth buying. I am Donnie B all day, and until next knife.